Hello, what's up? How we doing, everybody? Matt here with OddsJam, and in this video I have a very sharp NBA bet for you guys to lock in. I found this bet using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page. I think it's a really good one, so we can go ahead and get right into it. The play that we are locking in here is the Golden State Warriors versus Indiana Pacers going under 239. So right off the bat, a little bit risky here, considering this is the highest over-under of the entire NBA slate. So the sportsbooks are projecting a ton of points to be scored in this game. But wherever there's value, and in this case, there is a ton of value on the under. So the play is, like I said, under 239. You can get this at -107 at PointsBet. So let's chat about the value behind this and why I think it's such a good bet to lock in. So number one, you want to start with the no vig odds in this column right here. These odds are pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. So OddsJam back-tested thousands and thousands of betting opportunities, just trying to determine over the course of time what sportsbooks consistently do the best job at pricing odds. So they used all of that data that they collected to pretty much set the markets moving forward. So OddsJam, collecting millions of data points, realized from this testing, hey, these X amount of sportsbooks consistently do the best job at pricing odds. We're going to remove the VIG from all of those sharp sportsbooks and find future betting opportunities where we are getting more favorable odds than these sharp sportsbooks. And when I say more favorable, I mean more favorable towards the sports bettor, which just means higher payouts, right? The sportsbooks for this specific play are saying, hey, this bet should be priced at about -109, essentially, a little below -109. We are getting it at -107. This represents a profitable betting opportunity. Another thing that I find interesting is if, so all odds have a win percentage associated with them, right? Basically, whenever sportsbooks are pricing odds, all they're doing is giving a win percentage to that play. So in this case, if you click this calculator right here, in this case, they're giving this bet about just above a 52% chance of hitting. They think that, and again, this is pulled from the sportsbooks that consistently do the best job at pricing odds. They think that this bet is going to hit roughly 52.12% of the time. In the win percentage associated with -107, if you go to odds converter calculator, we type in -107, is only 51.69. So this, -107. So this means that basically, if you are placing 1,000 bets at every single bet at -107 odds, if you win exactly 51.69% of the time, you will have broken even. If you win anything above 51.69%, you are making money. And as we know from the sharp sportsbooks, this bet has a 52.12% chance of hitting, which is of course above 51.69, saying, okay, this is a profitable betting opportunity that gives us an expected profit of about 0.82%. Not a huge EV percent play, but still a really good one that just doesn't immediately mean it should be avoided because it's a little bit lower. And then what you want to do after looking at all the math and stuff, you want to do a couple things. Number one, you want to click open a play, which is what I've done here. You just click anywhere in which it's highlighted blue. It'll pull up this information. What this information is just odds from every other sportsbook for this specific play, in this case, the under 239. So let's look at where every other sportsbook prices it. Take out PointsBet, literally across the board, it's at -120. Every single book here. There's 4 of them because Pinnacle / OddsJam, it's the OddsJam line. It's pulled from Pinnacle, so they're the same exact odds. Literally all 4 of these books have this at -120. PointsBet has it down at -107. Clear outlier between all the other books. And then what you want to do is view this event page in a new tab, which is exactly what I have done here. And this tab gives you the main line from every other sportsbook for this market, right? Like, we know that because there are different odds between the sportsbooks, that also means that there are going to be different main lines between the sportsbooks as well. And as we can see, every other book that prices this play has it a half point to a full point below what we are getting at 239. Literally the only sportsbook here that prices this total at 239 is PointsBet. Every other book has it below this number. That would be BetMGM, Caesars, DraftKings, Betfred. And then we see there are some sports books that have it at 238, which is a full point lower than what we got it at. That would be FanDuel, that would be BetOnline, that would be BetRivers, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle. The last three, you can see now that my camera's not blocking it. And when you are betting on mainline plays as this, there are three sports books that you want to look at to make sure that the bet you are placing is an outlier to these three sports books. They are Pinnacle, Bookmaker, and BetOnline. All three of these books have this total priced at 238, a full point lower. And I like the fact that Pinnacle actually favors it going under at 238. So not only do they think that the total should be priced a full point lower than what we got it at 239, they also think that the under is the more likely scenario. Now, my guess is one of the pushbacks you will have on me is, okay, so we're beating it, the closing line, compared to these three sharp sports books by 1 point. What's the big deal? And it's a good question that I understand. And you have to think about it from a math perspective and from a long-term betting perspective. From one individual bet, yeah, it's not going to make a huge difference. Like if the total lands at 240 or 237, it won't matter. It won't matter that you beat the closing line by a point. But keep in mind that the goal obviously is to profit over the course of time. And from the course of, like, I don't know, call it 1,000 bets, that's when this starts to matter. Beating the edge by even gaining this little edge, even by a little bit, is a huge deal over the course of 1,000 bets. And I'll tell you why. So the standard odds we mostly see are -110 each way, right? FanDuel -110, BetOnline -110, DraftKings, Caesars -110. So if you're betting -110 odds, that means you have to risk $110 to profit 100. Pretty easy. So let's pretend you're placing 1,000 bets, all of them at -110 odds, all of them at $100 risked, 1,000 bets. So from those 1,000 bets, let's say you win 50% of your bets. That doesn't really feel that bad on a nightly basis. You place 20 bets, you win 10 of them, it doesn't feel horrible. Well, from those 1,000 bets at -110 odds, you would have lost 5K. After 1,000 bets, right? You would have lost 5K. Now up that 50% to just 55, only 5% more. So basically you're going from winning 10 of 20 bets to 11 of 20 bets. Again, on a nightly basis, it doesn't feel like that big of a deal, but just that 5% over the course of 1,000 bets, you have gone from losing 5K to winning roughly 4.5K. So it's literally the difference of $9,500 just from winning 5% more of your bets. One easy way to go from 50 to 55 is situations like this. Getting a total, in this case, a point higher than what every other sportsbook has it at. So we're betting on 239, we're betting on that number to go under, and every other book, including the sharp ones, BetOnline, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle, have it at 238. That's a big deal over the course of time. So that's why just one of the principles that I think is important to understand. It's about winning long term. So long story short, I really like this Warriors versus Pacers bet under 239, -107 at PointsBet, and that's it. So if you're tailing this, comment. I would love to hear it. Let me know in the comments, but that's it. So enjoy the games tonight and have a good one.